Imagine waking up and the federal government just put a $3 million claim on everything that you own. Your house, your properties, and your assets. For many, this might be a dream, but for Quavo, this is his new reality. Now, I done told y'all many times that a lot of these rappers is really broke. They faking the lifestyle, making it look good, when in true reality, they living paycheck to paycheck like a normal person that work a 9 to 5. But before we get into this video, make sure to hit that like button, hit that hype button, hit that notification, subscribe. Now let's get into the video. According to the documents filed in January, the IRS hit Quavo, real name Quavius Marshall, with a federal tax lien totaling nearly $3 million. Not thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but $2,912,644.33. And when it reaches lien status, that means the IRS says they already demanded payment and it hasn't been paid. So how did it get this far? Let me break it down for you year by year. For 2021, the IRS claims Quavo owed $915,660. For 2022, they say he owes $887,486. And for 2003, the biggest number of them all was $1,109,497.79. Add all 3 years together, and that's how you land at just under $3 million. This wasn't one bad year. This is a consecutive amount of years of an unpaid balance, and it's coming back to bite Quavo. And once the IRS files a federal tax lien, it changes the situation completely, because a lien isn't just a warning letter, it's the government legally claiming your property as collateral for the debt. The IRS notice reportedly states, we made a demand for payment of this liability, but it remains unpaid. Therefore, there's a lien in favor of the United States on all property and rights to the property belonging to this taxpayer. In simple terms, if the debt isn't resolved, the federal government has the right to move towards seizing and selling assets to satisfy what's owed. And this lien reportedly covers Quavo's property, including his 11,000 square foot home in Alpharetta, Georgia. Now, do you understand how much of a bad feeling that it is to not take care of your finances and just wake up one day and these people talking about taking everything that you own and there's nothing that you can do about it at all? Like, man, that's a feeling I would never want to feel, man. So that's why you got to make sure that you got people in place to handle the business or advise you on your money and all that, because it's embarrassing for this to get out and now you got to try to make it look good, try to do all this other type of stuff to downplay it when this is a serious situation, man. And here's where the situation gets deeper. This is the first time Quavo has dealt with tax issues recently. Last year, the Department of Revenue reportedly served him 2 separate state tax liens totaling $496,000. Those state liens were connected to unpaid taxes and penalties from 2022 and 2023. So between the state of Georgia and the federal government, the financial scrutiny has been building. Now, when it comes to owing the IRS, it seems like this just a thing that all the Migos just going through. It was reported a couple months ago that Offset also had some unpaid debt, but it wasn't in the 7-figure range, it was more in the 6-figure range. But I think eventually he got it paid off thanks to Cardi B in order for her to move on with the divorce. So now the conversation becomes interesting. One Migos member clears his federal debt, another is now facing nearly double that amount in alleged unpaid taxes. At the time of reporting, representatives have not issued a public response regarding the new lien, which means right now everything is in the IRS paperwork. Now here's what could happen next. Quavo could negotiate a payment plan, he could settle the debt, he could pay it off in full like Offset did, or if ignored, the situation could escalate towards enforced collection. Because when it comes to the IRS, they don't move fast, but they do move deliberately. And once they file a lien, they already escalated the situation. The real question is this just a temporary setback, bad accounting, mismanagement behind the scenes, or is this a sign of bigger financial strain that we not seeing publicly? Because 3 years in a row is not a small oversight, and nearly $3 million in pocket change, even in the rap industry. One thing is certain, the IRS doesn't forget. Until that $2.9 million is resolved, this story isn't over. So I want y'all to get in the comments. Do y'all think this just a mismanagement of funds? Like he got the money, but for some reason it just slipped his mind all this time? Or do y'all really think that Quavo don't got it like that? Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that hype button. And when more information come out on this, I got you. God bless, and I'm gone.